This is a fun event so far. Got Laif with us. Laif, I want to start about your time here in Falmouth. I know you've only been here for a couple of weeks. How it's been so far?
Yeah, I mean, so far it's been a great time. I have a super nice host family, and the team's great. We have a lot of fun. Good group of guys, so it's just been great so far.
Laif, we just heard so much about host families, the importance in this league. How about a shout out to the host family? Who's your host family? Who are you living with? What that's experience been like so far?
Yeah, I'm with, their names are Steve and Pat. They're super into Falmouth. They're really involved with the Commodores, and they're super nice. They cook us dinner every night. It's great. Great hospitality from them.
What's the best meal you've had so far?
They made this chicken parm the other night.
Ooh, that's good.
It was delicious.
Are you a big Italian food guy?
I might be now.
Yeah.
We just heard from Steve as well. He was mentioning if you have to buy 18 more eggs again, he's going to go crazy. I guess that's what the house is
I
like,
do
right?
make a lot of eggs. Yeah, I make 4 eggs every morning. I'm running through them.
A whole lot of omelets or just scrambled? Yeah.
Scrambled eggs.
All right.
That works well. Joined by Laif Palmer during Meet the Coaches event here at St. Barnabas Church. Laif, again, this night introducing the new coaching staff to the community. What's been your impression so far of being coached by Jarrod Saltalamacchia and Todd Carroll as a pitching coach?
Yeah, it's been great. It's kind of like a lot of the guys are saying it's like a minor league feel, where we get best of the best players come around from everywhere, and we all get thrown into a locker room and we just go play. And Salty and TC, they just kind of guide us. They don't give us crazy advice because they know that we're good, and so they just make sure we're good mentally, and then we just go out there and play.
And there's been plenty of Oregon State guys here before. How does that kind of change your mentality going into maybe what your expectations were of the Cape Cod Baseball League coming in?
Yeah, so Gavin Turley and Travis Bazan are 2 guys that I played with, and they both played for Falmouth.
Yep.
I'm sure you guys know them pretty well.
Yeah. Heard that Travis guy was pretty good, too.
Yeah, he's all right. He's pretty good. So obviously at Oregon State, I learned a lot from the 2 of them. Even though I'm a pitcher and they were hitters, I would face them all the time, and it was great to talk to them and hear their feedback. And I remember talking to Gavin before I came out here to Falmouth, and he said just great things, and how much fun he had out here, and it's just a great experience overall. There's the baseball, which is obviously good, but outside of that, it's also there's a lot of great stuff out here.
Whether it's through conversations with guys like Gavin or just the overall perception of the Cape Cod Baseball League, how has that initial expectation kind of been met or been different since you got here?
Yeah, I guess I didn't really know what to expect before I came out here. I'd say, it's definitely a little bit less. It's less intense than I thought it would be, but in a good way. Like I said, they kind of just let us go out there and play, which I think makes us play better. And it's fun to just be in a bullpen with a bunch of other guys who are kind of on similar levels with each other, and we all talk and we learn from each other. Like the other day, I was talking with Zach Johnston about change-up grips, stuff like that. I think that's part of the experience. It's huge, just learning from other people. Other pitchers that, go to different places that are across the country, and, I can talk to them and pick up a few things from them, and they can learn some stuff from me. It's all fun.
Yeah, how do you feel like you can now take that insight as you work into Cal Poly, a new school for you?
Yeah, now that I mean, it's great to have this experience, because Cal Poly, I'm not going to be playing a lot of these East Coast players.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. It's fun to be able to, face these guys over the summer and, kind of see how I stack up against them, and then I can take that into Cal Poly and, hope my goal is to go earn a starting spot there. And I think I'm learning a lot here that's going to help me with that.
Yeah.
So last call for raffle tickets here at St. Barnabas. A couple more questions, though, for Commodores pitcher Laif Palmer. Laif, we've talked to some players. Some knew Saltalamacchia would be here when getting to Falmouth. Others were just signing up for the Cape Cod Baseball League and then had him come by. Your experience about getting into this league, what was it like, and finally becoming a Commodore after the regional?
Yeah. I got set up with Falmouth probably – I was one of the later guys. I know a lot of guys signed with them in the fall, pretty early on. I ended up signing with Falmouth in late May. And I'd heard good things about Salty. Obviously with him being an ex-big league catcher.
Look who we got too. Homer's here.
Homer.
Yeah. How you doing, Homer?
What's up, Homer?
Mascot of Commodores. Go ahead, Laif. What were you?
Yeah.
Anyways, So I heard a lot of good things about Salty with him being an ex-big league catcher and, world champion. That got me excited to come here because, being a pitcher, it's nice to have, a catcher as a head coach, and he sees a lot of things out of pitchers that sometimes that we might not even realize. And then I got in the transfer portal as well, and that kind of shook things up for me. I wasn't able to get out here as early as I thought, and Salty, before I even met him, he was giving me calls and telling me it's okay, I can get out here whenever I can, and he was even reaching out to some schools for me, which is really cool.
You're wearing the Rockies hat, Colorado native, correct?
I am.
So, growing up a baseball fan, you remember Saltalamacchia from any of those Red Sox teams? Or
you don't remember the 07 World Series,
yeah,
right?
maybe.
You might have been a little too young for that. Yeah, okay.
But I do remember hearing his name and seeing him play, which is pretty cool. And then it's like, I walk into the locker room and there he is,
And working with different catchers as well kind of makes this league a little bit more unique too, with even in any summer ball you do. But how has that been working with him and trying to work with different catchers as well as you do go to a new school?
Yeah, it's cool just being around different catchers. Like Bear Harrison, he's at Texas A&M, and he catches a lot of super high-level arms. So it's cool being able to just be like, hey, I'm going to throw a bullpen to him, and let's see what he has to say about how some of my pitches might be moving, and and it's interesting at first as a pitcher, when you're thrown to a catcher that you've never thrown to before. There's always kind of a learning curve. There's an adjustment. So that's something you have to get used to. But, all these guys are so good that, I throw 3 pitches and they're ready for it.
I was going to say, you're going to have to get used to that. Also going to have to get used to signing some autographs, which I think is next up for you. That's Commodores pitcher Laif Palmer, the newest Cal Poly Mustang, spending some time with us during Meet the Coaches event at St. Barnabas Church. Laif, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Laif. We'll be right back after this.